if you're in the business of serving people, the biggest competitive advantage you have is how much you care about and believe in your fellow man and woman. That certainty that you convey to people will help make them certain that life can be glorious again, that success in the most uncommon of hours becomes their birthright.
Welcome to the Thought Leader Revolution with Nicky. Join the revolution. There's never been a better time in history to speak your truth, find your freedom, and make your fortune. Each week, we interview the world's top thought leaders and learn the secrets of how they built a 6 to 7 figure practice. This episode has been brought to you by eCircleacademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the podcast, The Thought Leader Revolution. I'm your host, Nicky. And boy, do we have another exciting episode lined up for you today. Today's episode is another Thought Leader Nugget. Thought Leader Nugget number 130. And it's Believing in People, Part 3. Now, why are we doing a 3-part series in Thought Leader Nuggets on believing in people? Because it's just that important. Every human being on this planet needs to have love poured into them, needs to have belief poured into them. You know, the argument of nurture versus nature, well, nurture is very important. And you, if you're in the business of serving people, the biggest competitive advantage you have is how much you care about and believe in your fellow man and woman. Now imagine that you're a relationship coach. And a man's come to see you and his wife has just left him. He's devastated. He's got 3 kids. He hasn't been able to see his kids since his wife said, "We're done." And he feels lower than low. He feels like a piece of whale excrement. And at that moment, he's coming to see you because he is helpless, hopeless, and in despair and desperate. And he's coming to see you because he needs somebody to be able to convincingly, with certainty, tell him it's going to be okay. We're going to get you through this. Maybe you'll get your family back. Maybe you won't. But you will get through this and you are going to be more than fine. You're going to have a great and glorious life. And he needs someone to believe in that vision and believe in his ability to make that vision come true way more than he does in that moment. And that will be your entire job, is to pour that love, pour that belief into this human being. Let's say you're like me and you coach people in business. And you've got a client in front of you who again's gone through a divorce or is going through a divorce and isn't able to get out of that pit of despair long enough and strong enough to go out there and make their business work, and they're not making any money. Your belief in them, your love for them, will help get them out of that pit of despair and get them back on track. That certainty that you convey to people will help make them certain that life can be glorious again. And you showing them a path, you showing them a way will take you there. Earlier this year, I hired a coach to help me get back into shape. I used to be a top fitness trainer. And when I got out of that field and I got into business, something flipped in my mind and my identity shifted. I was no longer a top fitness trainer. I was a businessman, and my identity of a businessman is a businessman or is out of shape. I took that on, and over a 12-year period, I gained over 50 pounds. So I hired this man because he poured his belief into me being able to do this. And that belief ignited my self-belief. And that self-belief kept me on track and got me to the point where I got the results that I was looking for. That it was this man believing in me that did it for me. Who believes in you? Who cares about you? Who wants to see you win? Who is certain you have everything it takes because you are a glorious child of God and you were meant to be here for a purpose, a mighty purpose, a beautiful purpose? Who's doing that for you? If you can answer that question and you can answer it powerfully and beautifully, great. If you cannot, if there's nobody who believes in you, if the coaches that you have don't get that that's a part of their job, that's a problem. Because it's a part of your job and it's someone's job to do that for you. My superpower is how much I care about people, how much I believe in them, how much I am willing to give of myself to them to make sure that they win, that they succeed. That success in the most uncommon of hours becomes their birthright. So if you're asking yourself, how do I show people that I believe in them? Tell them. Tell them first and foremost that you see their greatness and you believe in them and you're going to help them win. That's number one. Number two, convey certainty that what you have is going to help them win. Convey that certainty with everything you got in all your heart, all your soul. Convey certainty. And number three, walk arm in arm with them every step of the way. Every single step of the way. Walk arm in arm with them. Show them the path. Because when they feel your belief, when they feel your certainty, it will ignite their own. And when their certainty, their belief in themselves is ignited, watch out what a human being can do. Because a human being is magnificent. A human being is a child of God Almighty. And God Almighty has given them everything they need to win. They just forgot how miraculous, how amazing, how incredible they were. And you've forgotten it too. And this power of believing in somebody is going to wake that long forgotten certitude in your own greatness up, and it's going to take you from tragic to magic. And that is what you need to do for your clients. Take them from tragic to magic. Because when you do that, man, oh man, oh man, you're going to be living in bliss. And I'm telling you, that is what you deserve. That is what every human being deserves, to live in bliss, to be able to live a life of meaning, to live a life that matters, because you matter. And there is a meaning to your existence here on earth. Give us a like, give us a rating, give us a review if you loved this episode, and share this with someone who needs to hear this message. Until next time, goodbye.
This episode has been brought to you by eCircleAcademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.